All right, guys, so how I started a business that does now well over $10,000 a month net profit, and I literally work on it maybe 2 hours a week, if that. Now, I'm gonna show you the platform I'm using to advertise, Google, along with how I found the product, how I structured it, and how I made it to where it's very automated. I have another business that is the completely opposite. It is not automated, and I'm using all Facebook. In fact, like, let me show you. And you could see this is a newer product and it's doing well. Look, okay, wait, 2.97. What's the overall? What do we got here? So the overall ROAS is 2.91. We spent about $377. So this is really good. But what I want to show you is kind of the difference, because the other business that I recently started and last month did over $10,000 net profit. This month is kind of on the same track. I want to show you because it was kind of a realization for me. Like I put in so much effort into like managing these Facebook campaigns and everything, and even though they are profitable, you'll make 400 bucks net profit a day. I had $1,000 net profit, just with Facebook ads. I've done way more, but I'm just talking about recently. But it's so much work. It's just, you always have to switch out creatives. You have to test new audiences. And in the beginning, it's nice and fun. You're bringing in money. But after a while, you're like, man, I'm trading my time so much to just tweak these, Facebook ads and everything. And I'm not saying Facebook ads are bad, but I do want to show you maybe something that might be easier, because it was way easy for me. And I know it could help a lot of you guys out. And another thing is that when you're starting with Facebook, you have to spend quite a bit. You have to spend, you need at least 500 bucks to really test, to really like get enough data. Then you start becoming profitable. Like yesterday, I was at a 1.8. My break even is a 1.5. Now today I spent almost double, and I'm over double in profitability. But it takes a lot of tweaking with Google. This is actually the business that I'm talking about, and I want to show you because this is a really good example. You could see that it's over a 6 ROAS. When you have this much margin for error, there's just really not much stress. Like it's very nice. And so if I go inside the profit dashboard, we can see for that last month did over $14,000 in revenue. Marketing costs was 1.9K. Product costs super low. And the net profit is over $10,000. And now you could see there's like some days it'll dip a little bit. Like for example, right here, didn't make a sale, so I lost $47. That's nothing. But you could see some days are really good, like $400, $270. This one net profit, 800 bucks, over $1,000 net profit. And mind you, I'm not doing anything. Like legitimately, I literally just, I set it and then I forget it. But I also don't want to make this like kind of a misleading video. The only reason why I can work so little is because I chose a good product. I know Google very, very, very well, so I don't really have to think about it. And so that's kind of what I want to show you guys in this video, is how to find the right product, what you have to do to actually market it, what did I actually do to market it, what channels exactly, and a little bit of, I guess, backstory and insight. So I'll show you a couple methods and maybe it'll spark some interest. And if you guys like this video, great, let me know, and I'll probably go a little bit more in depth as well, but I'm gonna show you guys quite a bit. So let's get into it. All right guys, we're in the computer. Now the first thing I wanna show you is actually how to find the product and what I do to find different products. Now something interesting that I like, kind of the dynamics of Google and Facebook, is that competition is really bad on Facebook. You do not want a lot of competition as far as a bunch of people selling your product. However, you do want a lot of awareness of your product on Google, which also means competition. So I want to show you how to find those different categories, those different niches. One really easy way is if we hop right into Amazon. This is actually exactly what Amazon sellers are doing right now, but they're using it to sell on Amazon. But what we're looking for, and I already pulled up a couple examples, but if we were to look through here, like back to school, that's actually a good idea. So a lot of people are going back to school right now. I did actually sell in this niche and it did work okay. something that worked actually really well was selling to the teachers for back to school. But I pulled up some different examples. So if we go into here, I wanted to quickly go over this IPL hair laser removal. I mentioned this a long time ago in my video, and I had a couple people actually test it, even though I told, don't do this. I think it's a little bit saturated, but yet people still got sales off of this, which was amazing. And some people actually made some decent money, but this is super saturated. So I suggest not selling things that are, just flooded on Google. This is a good example of what not to do. But something I liked was like this hairbrush. This is something I found on Facebook, and this is it's like an all-in-one hair dryer volumizer. It basically dries your hair and helps you, I guess, style it as well. So it seems pretty cool. It's a problem-solving product. I don't always recommend problem-solving products for Google. It's completely different than Facebook, but sometimes they do work really well. So this is a good product because if you look on AliExpress, you can get it at a good price point. And when you're looking for products, you need at least a 40 to 50% margin, or you need at least $20 to $30 margin. So I'm gonna show you guys some other products, but real quick, what I like to do is, if we just go in on Amazon, what I like to do is I go through the categories and I literally will filter through the categories. The most amount of time you're gonna be spending if you're starting like an automated Google store is in the beginning. You're gonna be front loading. You're gonna be researching, and I researched for at least a week and a half, 2 weeks. I would research, I would look for a good product, I would just kind of, weigh out my risk. And truthfully, there really isn't that much risk, which is another bonus for this. So, you go through here and you just find products, for example, pet supplies, beauty and health, sports and outdoors. That's good as well. Let's go actually into electronics. And then if we go right here into electronics is actually really good. Now this can help you with some ideas. You're gonna have to really find some like nice, interesting looking electronics, like the tile. There was a seller that was selling a very similar product to the tile and actually did very well. Once you find kind of some interesting ideas, you go and you cross-check, you type it in on Google. Like for example, let me give you this example. So right here, we have a metal detector. I found this by literally going through some categories. Exactly kind of what I was showing you. And you could see that overall, people are typing in metal detector over 300,000 searches a month. This is insane. That's a lot of people, and the amount of competition is extremely low. If we scroll down here, there's not a single person bidding for these metal detectors. Now, I have no idea why, but what I see here is a really big opportunity. Now, what kind of metal detector would you sell? Well, I kind of like these. This looks really interesting. Now, like I said, I did not go on Alibaba. I did not look into this product too much. I want to give you guys an example of exactly what I did. And this is actually really what I would look into. I'd look right into here and be like, okay, what are my margins? What is the competition like? So let's look at that. So we look and we see, we're like, okay, what's the competition? This looks pretty advanced, $702. This is more of a higher price point. I do like price points under $100, to be honest. If you go over that, you gotta have actually good branding. You gotta have really good customer service, and it's a little bit more risky because if we do find a product, I'm not gonna go ahead and buy the product in bulk. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna set up the website. After I do all my research, I'm gonna set up the website, start my free trial and everything, and advertise first. Then if I get a couple sales, it's not gonna be a fluke if I just get a couple sales. With Google, it's really pretty consistent. So you get a couple sales and you immediately refund the customer. If you don't want to do that, then you could try to drop ship, but I refund the customer and say, oh, it was sold out, sorry. Then you know that this product will sell. However, when you go with higher ticket products, you're gonna spend over $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. If you go with a lower ticket, I mean, you can get 100 units, and it's not that expensive. It's hard to give kind of a price range, but you can spend very little and get a really big return, along with spending very little for marketing. If you notice, my marketing budget or how much I spent was super low. I think it said like $2,000 for the month. For Facebook, for this other product, I mean, gosh, so much money. I think I spent already like $30,000 for that just one product, and it's only been like 20 days. And so it's insane. But anyway, back on track. This is good, depends on the price point. you know, $93. If I can get this for around $30, that's amazing. If I can get it for 45-ish, that's okay. You have to put in shipping. How much would shipping be? You need to have good margin. You know, really look for about 30-40% margin. I like 40 to 50, because if you have to give returns or whatever, right? So this is really good. So once you found a product that you like, you think would be a good viable option, you're then going to go into Alibaba. So you're going to go into Alibaba and you're going to look at a bunch of suppliers. You want to also look, how much risk is it to buy this product? Is it crap? Is it good? How's the suppliers? Is there a list of suppliers that, you know, if this did sell well and you did put in the time to build your store, is it worth it? And so you're going to kind of go through that process in the beginning, and if everything checks out okay, you know, you see that yes, there's a handful of suppliers where, you know, you message them and they message back and they give you kind of a rough quote. Then you look on Amazon, there's got to be, you know, a couple similar people selling this on Amazon. You see, okay, what are the reviews for this? Now, how do you actually advertise this? What is the best way to advertise and get initial traction? I've said this a couple times on my other videos. I say, you know, start with single keyword ad groups. And then in another video, I'll say that I also like Google Shopping. And so I understand some people might not know which is the best to start. Personally, I like them both. I use them both. But which one to start first? I would say start with Google Shopping, and you should honestly kind of make a couple single keyword ad groups. I mean, they're just both so good, because it would be a big bummer if you put in all this work and little did you know that it'd actually be quite profitable if you just, you know, tried a couple single keyword ad groups and then let your shopping campaign optimize. So shopping campaign, like I said, this is a shopping campaign right here, and this is pretty good. But in the beginning, when you launch your ad, you're not going to be up here. That's a big misconception. When you first launch your ad for shopping, you're going to be like packed in the back. Like you're going to be in the last spot. And what's going to happen is you're going to start showing up a little bit more and more. If you get a higher click-through rate, people stay on your page, and you have a good landing page quality score, and if it sounds like gibberish, just if you watch one of my other videos, it's kind of explaining a little bit of that, just follow along. So if you get a high click-through rate, good landing page score, and all that, you're going to start moving up the ranks, and you're going to start showing in more placements, more spots. Google is going to be showing you in more profitable areas. And for me, what I see, you know, it takes me, you know, a few days to really see like good results, and the amount of money I have to spend is not that much, maybe 100, 200, at most 200, at most. I've had plenty of times where I was profitable the first day. So I don't know, maybe I've just had really good luck, but I mean, it really comes down to your research. So research, product, and then your ad. I mean, if your ads aren't structured correctly, you're gonna spend so much money. I even see some people in the group actually getting really good results, which is awesome. But overall, when you put this all together, what you're gonna get is a very automated store. And the reason why I say that is because once Google is running, right? Once it's just running, it just gets better and better and better. There is no ad fatigue. You don't have to switch out your ad creatives. And I mean, the longer it's out there, like the better the placements you're gonna be getting. And so Google is learning, and Google does optimize your ad. A search is not a search for everybody. Like if everyone was to type the same keyword, Google will know which person is most likely to convert for that specific search. Not just, you know, not everyone is treated equally. Google has a lot of different kind of data points on a best prospect. And you can see that if you were to go into the dashboard for Google, you can see all the demographics and things you can change, which I can go over in a little bit. But yeah, so guys, if you can like this video and comment below, it lets me know if you like this kind of subject. Do you like this subject? Do you want me to like keep making videos on this? Because I'll throw out like these videos and see like, okay, how do you guys respond? Go ahead, let me know. Like the video, comment below, and of course, subscribe to the channel and join the free Facebook group. You can see some other people getting results and start chatting in there. It's finally getting more active, which is awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.